Boys in the Berg, hosted by Chris, JJ, and Andrew Speranza. Welcome to the first episode of Boys in the Berg. It has been a long time coming, but we have arrived. The Yinzers are here. My name is Chris Speranza, and we have a bald gentleman here. What's his name?
That's me. It's JJ, his brother.
And apparently my dog's part of the podcast now. She just likes to continue barking. And now who do we have as our other guest?
It is me, Andy Speranza. I am your cousin.
Oh, yeah. So, before we go ahead and we get into everything, I do want to tell everyone, who are the Boys in the Berg? And what are we going to talk about? Like for anything. So, let's go ahead and just talk about us. So, my name is Chris Speranza. I lived in Pittsburgh for however many years, my whole life, until I moved to Indianapolis, and I'm moving back to Pittsburgh. So I just thought this would be a fun way to just like get back into my Pittsburgh roots and do everything there. Who wants to talk about this?
I mean, I'm obviously from Pittsburgh as well. I'm really big into the food scene. I'm actually in school to be a dietetic technician and have done food classes in Pittsburgh and love traveling all around the city to try different restaurants and new food, old food. I'm fascinated with the culture of Pittsburgh food scene down here. So this is JJ, and that's what I'm all about.
Yeah, yep. That means we're going to have to do an episode about Permanis, Peppies.
Oh, absolutely.
I might actually have to order some food while we're talking.
And how about you, Andy? How about yourself
with the good hair? Wow,
yeah,
that was quite the transition over to me. Well, yes, I again, my name is Andy. Some people call me Drew. Some people call me Andrew. I respond to all three. I am also
late for dinner.
What'd you say?
Just don't call him late for dinner.
Oh, amen to that.
What?
I am also from Pittsburgh. I've lived here for almost 26 years, and I work in the banking industry. And yeah, like you guys, I am also into trying some new things that are around Pittsburgh. I feel like there's a lot of people that they try their favorite pizza shops and all that sort of fun stuff. And this podcast is definitely going to be a great way to experience some new things. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to talking about it with you guys.
Yes, and I don't know. I'm just very excited to talk about our first topic, which you guys probably already read from the podcast episode. We're going to talk about America's Amusement Park, Kennywood. Where's Rick Seaback so he can tell us about it?
Rick Seaback does not know who we are yet.
So to anyone who's not familiar with Kennywood, Kennywood is an amusement park that is right in West Mifflin. And this park is about to celebrate its 125th anniversary.
Holy crap, really?
That's
crazy. Damn.
So they're going to be doing a lot of different renovations to the park, which is why I thought it was a perfect time to talk about this topic in general. Mostly because I'm a huge theme park person, or amusement park, I guess. And I love rides and everything. But today I just want to talk about our memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about the rides.
In my best Rick Seaback voice, just like Kennywood. Kennywood's a place where you can go and bring your picnic baskets.
Whoa, where'd Chris go, guys? I don't know where he is anymore.
I did forget about that. Kennywood is like a picnic place, if you really think about it at the end of the day.
I mean, look at our memories. Every school Kennywood Day, we would go with mom and dad packing a giant thing of ham barbecues or chipped ham barbecues. We'd all go there and eat and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I was watching, to get myself ready, I watched the Pittsburgh Dad episode of Kennywood. Ooh. And He did say something really funny, like one of his Pittsburgh dad riffs. He was just like, "Hey Jeffy or whoever, hey, Jeffy, get out of the Westinghouse Pavilion."
Oh, Pittsburgh dad.
But yeah, I do want to talk about like our Kennywood memories. So I wrote down a couple memories that I have on here that because Kennywood, we can always come back to it. We come back to the food about it. We come back to like rides that have been retired. We can go back to like the roller coasters, the Phantom Fright Nights, the holiday lights. Because, I guess I'll say it in the beginning of this episode. There is something I'm going to do. I am too poor to afford Disney now. I think all of us are.
Oh, we thought you were going down the Antonio Brown route.
Oh no. Chris, take your shirt off and start running out of the stadium.
So I'm too poor to afford Disney now because they just keep raising their prices. So I have decided that when I do move back to Pittsburgh, I'm going to buy the gold annual pass for Kennywood.
There you go.
Nice.
Because I don't know, I just want to have an annual pass to something. So
Comes with a fountain drink.
When you buy it, ask if they'll sponsor our podcast.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the free souvenir cup and I'm gonna fill it up in the mushroom fountain.
Could you imagine? Hey, I want to buy these tickets. Here's our podcast information. Can you please?
Send us $500 a week. We'll do advertising for your amusement park.
Rick Seebeck's like, you should leave.
He has a gun. He's just like, I think it's time for you to walk away.
Oh
no. So who wants to talk about their first memory? I have 3 written down. So I don't know who wants to talk about theirs first.
Well, geez, you're prepared as hell. Like, if you got your stuff written down, then I feel like you should go first.
Since you brought it up, though, just super quick, how refreshing is that mushroom fountain on a hot ass day? And you're just like, I need a sip of something, and that like comes out of the ground like a goddess, like, hey, you're the best water in the world.
There's nothing like the taste of nice iron water that makes that just refreshes my day.
Oh my god.
I love it.
We'll never die of COVID because we had that water in our systems.
Oh, we are going to live forever.
Wait a minute, Andy, you've been to Kennywood lately.
Yeah.
Because you're at Fright Nights. Did they have the mushroom fountain open because of COVID?
That's a great question. I don't think they did.
Because we all know that fountain, that water is not coming out high. That water is like kissing level.
Oh, no, not at all. It is so low. No, you're not getting anything out of there.
No, you're definitely not going to get any water out of that mushroom fountain. We should just do an episode just about the mushroom fountain
and the surrounding attractions.
So,
but I'm with Andy. Why don't you go first, Chris, since you got some written down?
Okay, cool. So let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll let you guys pick 1 through 4 because obviously I'm not going to say all these stories.
5.
So,
Trick number 3, my lord.
You held up 2 fingers as you said number 3. Okay. So the note I have on here is ex-girlfriend mom pushing people during fall fantasy parade.
Oh no!
Jesus.
Oh no!
So Kennywood does something every year called the Fall Fantasy Parade, which is where high school marching bands who couldn't afford Disney come down and they decide to play their music and march throughout the park on a parade route. The person I was dating in high school, she played trumpet in the marching band. And I was close with like the parents and everything, and like the mom's name was Maureen, and Maureen was probably like 6'4", and and like you could tell she had like a bit of a mean streak. Well, not a mean streak, but like she was super nice, but like don't piss her off. Like, so we're all like in line. We're all getting ready for like the no. Here's what happened. So the parade route goes into a circle. Like, if you stand where the bridge is, you watch the people parade first, and then you cross the bridge, and then you can see the people make the loop. So you get to see your child play flute twice.
Or your girlfriend.
Oh yeah, my girl.
Aw.
My
So
girlfriend.
so the first one. So these people like they wait. Like these people will sit and wait for. What are you guys laughing at?
I just love the way he said that. That's my girlfriend.
See little Christopher in the crowd pointing at her. That's mine.
I dated a girl, mom, and she's just like, yeah, whatever.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Stop
Go ahead.
talking, Pod.
That's fine. So these people, they do the parade, and then like they huddle down for like over an hour with their spots. And so what happens is the parade route goes around, and they run across the bridge, and I'm following them. And I think Marine like accidentally bumped someone, and like the mother or whoever like pushed her. And then Marine like pushed her back and was like, sit down, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, oh, I should never break up with this girl, which I did. But that's another story. But yeah, that's my story about Marine just pushing a mother to the ground to see her daughter play trumpet twice.
And I was there for that. I was there with my ex-girlfriend at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because we dated those two girls at the same time. So everything you guys did, we ended up tagging along as far as like big trips like that goes. And I remember looking over and seeing this large woman push another smaller woman and going, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god. I can't believe you were there. That just kind of made my day.
No, man. Do you guys want to go like in turn? Like, Andy, do you want to go next and I'll go?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my memories based around Kennywood is just usually what we would do, sort of JJ, like what you were saying, it would be like Kennywood school days where, you know, each school district or something like that would have their own individual day, and the schools would all go on one day, plan to go, you know, with friends and everything. And I distinctively remember every year I would plan to go with 2 or 3 buddies, and then by the end of the night, we would be with 6, 7, 8, 9 people. And those were always the best because you'd always go real early in the morning. You'd go at like 10 a.m. and then you'd stay till 9 or 9:30, 10. I'm not sure exactly when they close now, but yeah, I mean, it was, I just, if you were a kid growing up in Pittsburgh, I mean, Kennywood is definitely the place that was, you know, you'd always go to when you were growing up. It was always the place to hang out. Even with the retired rides, I mean, who could forget the Turnpike? And unfortunately, we got to add the log jammer to that now. It's been a couple of years since they took that out, but
I have a hot take on that.
okay, go ahead.
But who cares about the log jammer? Who cares?
You know what? I have to agree with you on that. I do like it. I like it. It was a good ride, but when they took it out, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember the exact year when they took it out, but when they took it out, it was like Pittsburgh went up in flames. And you know what, Chris? I gotta agree with you on that hot take. I don't really care for the log jammer that much.
Okay, so I went on. Okay, me as a theme park person, I went on the best version of the log jammer and the worst version of the log jammer in 2 different parks. So obviously, the best version of the log jammer that I've been on was Splash Mountain in Disney World because it was actually themed. It had like animatronics and bouncing bunnies and a giant hill at the end to make you laugh. The worst version I ever been on was at an amusement park called Indiana Beach. Indiana Beach This ride was ran by one person who told you no instructions at all. She picked up the bar or whatever for you to go onto the ride. She didn't say anything like keep your arms and legs in. It was just her, and then you went into the log, it went around the thing, and it went up and down a hill. The only thrill out of that was death.
Jesus.
So I will say this. The log jammer was mid. It was mid.
Okay.
Okay, what about the turnpike?
Oh, classic.
Who cares?
Thank you. Oh, Chris.
Who
I'd
cares?
bring the turnpike back in a second over what we have now.
Listen, when I was younger and I would go to Kennywood, hold on, I got to say something. When I was younger and I'd go to Kennywood with my parents, that was my mom and my favorite ride. All right, we would ride that. They'd have like the double cars or whatever, like someone sits in the back, someone sits in the front. My mom and I would always ride that ride together. And that was like the highlight of Kennywood. So I'm with JJ. That's a classic one right there.
No, okay, so Kennywood, I think, is going through a really good transition where they're starting to become like slowly into like a theme park in a way by adding like Thomas the Town section and like by adding Steelers Country. And the only way you can do that is to remove some of the crappiest things. So basically, like you got rid of the log jammer and you got the steel curtain ride, which is fan-freaking-tastic and record-breaking. And then you get rid of the turnpike and you get the skyrocket. You have a launch coaster now that launches from 0 to whatever miles per hour. So I think Kennywood is slowly starting to transition into a better park rather than this Garfield's Nightmare kind of park that it was like a couple of years ago.
It's fair to say that Kennywood ran off of nostalgia for a long time because, Old Mill, people remember that back when we were in high school. You got a good point there. You do got a good point there.
Do you guys know that the Old Mill is back? They took over Garfield's Nightmare.
What? They took out Garfield's Nightmare?
You don't know that?
What am I going to do without Garfield's Nightmare?
A nightmare.
Oh.
Never met a pizza guy I didn't like.
Wait, what was the line?
I never met a pizza man I didn't like.
Oh, yeah, well, there was another one. I was listening to another podcast about Kennywood, and it was just like, I never met an ice cream truck I didn't like or lick. So, first of all, that was the first sign of Kennywood starting to lean back into nostalgia, of getting rid of that, let's be honest, trash ride known as Garfield's Nightmare.
Yeah,
and it always had a long line.
Very true.
So
it's even longer now with the Old Mill.
I'm getting off topic because this is about Kennywood Memories. Rick Seaback would be
I'd still want to talk about this.
Rick Seaback would be very angry.
Do they still have a train? Do you guys know? Remember the train that used to go around the park?
So they replaced that with what Chris was talking about, like the Thomas the Tank Engine thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Come on, be honest.
You know what? That was another one that I missed too. That train, like that was another one. I don't mean to make this about like what me and my mom would do at Kennywood, but like that was another one that me and my mom would always ride. And that was a really good. And you know what? There was kind of like a history lesson there too. Remember how like you'd be riding along the train and it would have like different history, different, landmarks or whatever, like different, I don't know, history facts or whatever. And then there's the guy who's bending the steel beam.
Yeah, I forgot.
You remember him? Yeah.
So here's another thing. I actually wrote this note down so I can hear so I can see if you guys remember. The laughing lady that's trapped in a case.
Yeah, I remember her. You walk past and...
She is somewhere right now, isn't she? Yes or no?
She's in your room.
Oh my god! I know she isn't, but when you said that, I just got the chills and the shivers in my shoulders. She gives me nightmares to this day.
You can feel the breath of her laughter.
Oh my god!
The back of your neck.
It smells like Permane Brothers coleslaw.
Oh man.
So you're not talking about my memories now?
Wait, hold on. The laughing lady, isn't she? Didn't they take her somewhere?
Yeah, to the grave.
No, I think she is. Is she in the park still, but like in like a storage thing now?
I don't think she is. I think that they moved her somewhere. I don't know. I may have to look that up. But like the reason I'm saying that is because remember the guy with the bending the steel beams, like I was talking about on the train. They moved him in front of the mill that's across the river in Pittsburgh. If you guys know the big steel mill, I guess they painted him or whatever. They gave him like a fresh paint of coat or fresh coat of paint, I should say, and they put him in front of the steel mill.
All right, so real quickly.
Well, okay.
What was the name of the laughing lady?
Sally.
Damn, you're good.
Is it really?
Wait, really?
It is. Her Laughing Sal is the name of the laughing lady.
I can tell you right now that was a wild stab in the dark. I did not know that. That was a complete guess.
Did you hear her whisper it to you?
She said she laughed for 20 hours straight and said, "My name's Sally."
It was like if you guys have ever seen the movie The Shining, the part of the movie where Jack Nicholson is making out with the naked girl and it turns out to be like a dead corpse and she starts laughing. That's kind of what her cackle sounded like. The laughing lady.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that. Is that your memory?
No.
Okay, moving on.
No, my memory is my buddy. Ken.
Wait, hold on. That next thing I know, I was just in the laughing case. I was just making out with her.
And, one thing led to another.
This reminds me of my favorite movie.
We decided one Kennywood picnic that we were going to ride nothing but the Thunderbolt, and rode it. Oh man, it must have been like 40 or 50 times in one day.
Oh my god!
That's
you
my
waited.
biggest.
You rode the Thunderbolt 40 or 50 times.
Yeah, we stopped to get lunch. We like ran back to the pavilion, shoved a couple of chipped ham sandwiches down our throat, and then went, "Okay, let's get back to it," and rode like 15 more times.
Jesus!
So you waited in that line.
Yep. But I
Wow.
remember, like that day.
Round of applause to you. Wow, that's insane.
It wasn't that busy that day though. I remember it being long, maybe a few times, but most of the time we just ran right to the front and we just rode that all day, and it was so much fun. My buddy,
You know what? Back in the day, I feel like, especially the Thunderbolt, didn't really have long lines. I don't know.
No.
Like you see how they have like the zigzag back and forth lines for more and more people, but like, yeah, I get what you're saying because I feel like anytime I'd go to the Thunderbolt, it would always be like, straight to the front.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever touched like the bottom of that T?
What?
I know that's a weird thing. Like touch the bottom of the T on the sign.
Oh, I thought you said teat.
Oh no, the T, the letter T for thunder.
I got really concerned there.
You mean like where it actually says Thunderbolt, like the
like,
T?
in that movie, like in that movie,
I-
The Shining.
I didn't even.
I was just making out with the letter T. It turned out to be a dead letter T corpse.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I didn't even know that was a
No,
thing.
no,
to
I
be
have
honest,
not.
like touching the T in Thunderbolt, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Although it's not surprising to hear that you like were standing in line, looked up at the T, and went, "I can reach that."
Just like how I'm waiting in line for the Phantom's Revenge, and I see the gum placed
Oh
all
my
over
God.
the roof, and I'm just
Wait.
like, I could chew that.
Speaking of the Phantom's Revenge, I have a question for you guys, and I want to know if you guys have heard this before. Okay, have you guys heard any rumors about the Phantom's Revenge that when you're coming down the first big hill and you make like the loop to the right and how it levels off and it goes real straight? Did you guys ever hear the thing about how there was a target and people would throw pennies at it?
No.
No?
No.
It couldn't have been just me. I mean, unless my friends are like screwing me a little bit here. Like what I heard was that at one point there was a target, like a bullseye target or whatever, at the very bottom of the main hill of the Phantom's Revenge. And people would now, like, the force and speed or whatever, I'm sure that's going to make it difficult, but people would take coins or whatever and they would try throwing it at the bullseye target. I might just be making that up, but I have heard that before.
Well, aren't those targets called humans?
Oh my god. Cancel Chris.
Nah, man, I've never. I mean, that's awesome if that's a thing, but I've never heard of that.
I don't know. I might look that up.
I can't believe you were throwing pennies at real humans.
I didn't say I was throwing pennies at humans.
It's like that movie.
Stop.
Andy, were you there the year of the macro burst
The
macro burst.
or the micro burst?
What is that?
That was the year. Remember whenever the whip, the top of it broke?
Oh, that's what they call it, the tornado.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was not there, but every time we talk about it, we always say that you guys and your family were there that year.
We're there. Chris and I were
you
there
guys,
with Mom
You
and
guys
Dad.
want to tell the main story about what happened?
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay. So I'll just tell you as far as I remember. So what happened was like we snuck into like that cafeteria. I forget what that's called, but like the little cafeteria area. And because my mom was just like, oh, it looks like it's gonna rain a little bit. I think we were all together.
Yeah.
So we were all in the cafeteria, and I remember just like looking out that window, and it looked like basically like a tropical storm out there. And I was just like, oh, this is crazy. And then when I just walk outside of the cafeteria, it's just pandemonium, just like the very eerie sound of like Kennywood is closed. Like,
wait, they said that like over the thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they said that over the thing. And I think I remember like I think when JJ and I were children, I think we were like when we were overwhelmed, we just got angry. So I think I would just started angrily walking towards the tunnel, and Mom was just like, "Get back here!" And I'm like, "No!"
When Chris was younger, he had this innate ability to become lost in any type of amusement park. So Mom was probably like, "Not again."
But
I got a story for you guys. Whenever you finish, Chris, go ahead.
No. Is it related to the thing?
Yeah.
Or is it another movie reference?
No. A little inside tidbit that I've never told anybody. We were hunkered down inside that cafeteria, and just like Chris said, when we were younger, when we got scared or like anything like that, we would get angry. And I was, I'm still big now, but back then I was like a chunky kid, really chunky. So we're sitting there, the lights go out, we're all holding each other because it was like, it literally seemed like the end. And I looked up and went, "Why are we eating?" And Mom and Dad said, "We're not eating." And I went, "Oh, why?" We're in a cafeteria.
Oh my god. Oh.
That is amazing.
Oh my god. I was in that room. Oh my god, that is so. That just made the podcast. That was awesome.
That's gotta be the podcast title episode.
Why aren't we eating?
Why aren't we eating?
Oh my god. That was great. That was much more worth it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack. That was amazing.
But the other thing,
I'm gonna go on mute for a second.
The other story that I have written down on here, I'm gonna see if you remember this. I'm going back onto you, JJ, again.
Oh god.
So, if you remember, this as another Kennywood memory. If you remember, do you remember going on the Noah's Ark ride? And this was the old ending they had. It wasn't the ending where it's like you just go right outside and you're done.
Oh, I'm so happy to talk about this because I want to hear this story. I really do.
Okay, so let me go ahead and back it up a little bit. So the ending of the Noah's Ark was very different back in the days. So back in the days, it used to be you go into this room and they like close the door and they trap you in this room. And it looks like there's walls on the inside, like of a ship or whatever. And then at the end, alarms start going off, and then water starts spurting out of like cracks, and then the walls start coming at you. I don't know how they do this effect. There's probably the most money Kennywood ever spent just to get this effect. But then the walls are coming at you, and then the doors open, and they're like, "Get out!"
Well, isn't like
Am I wrong?
aren't they supposed to like they're lining you up against the wall, and then they do the little thing or whatever, and then isn't the wall that you're standing in front of supposed to open, and that's how you get out?
As
Do you know
far
what
as
I'm
I
talking
know,
about?
as far as I know, just doors opened up and you left.
Yeah,
I think, Andy, I think there was 2 different ways, but that's the main way I remember what Chris said.
okay. That would make sense. The only reason I'm saying that is because the same sort of scenario happened to me whenever I was in Noah's Ark and we were standing in the, the basement or whatever you want to call it, and the water's, filling up or whatever, and then I'm leaning against the wall. I'm leaning against the wall, and all of a sudden the wall just opens and I fall out.
Oh,
And I
That's the door.
What?
That's the door.
It didn't seem like a door to me. It was just it looked like a wall, and out of nowhere the wall opened and I fell out.
So I feel like Kennywood was either just like, all right, it's either this really weird effect that's at the end or a whale. Like we picked the whale.
and I think I know exactly where you were going with that memory too. But
Good.
you may continue.
No, I don't remember it. Not as much as you do. I mean, you seem to be very hungry to talk about this.
Well, okay, so it was, for a young kid, it was really frightening. So, oh, I get it, you jerk. So, whenever I was really small, we were doing that part, and I was already like petrified from Noah's Ark because back then, everything scared me, and I just started bawling my eyes out and screaming at the top of my lungs, "Get me out of here!" And like, there's nothing you can do. You have to wait till it's done. So like, either mom or dad just like grabbed me and went, "It's okay," and I went, "No!" And I didn't write it again for 15 years.
Wouldn't it be funny if this all happened the same day the microburst happened?
Oh, I thought it was the same day. I was like, oh my god, JJ gets traumatized on Noah's Ark, and then a tornado happens.
And all he wants to do is eat.
And all he wants to do is eat.
Oh my god.
Good stuff. I love that.
But it should just be JJ just talks about his childhood memories.
Well, it's funny because I just wrapped up with therapy before we hopped on.
So we haven't heard from you, Andy, yet. Do you have one more?
No, I mean that's pretty much. There aren't any like distinctive memories that I have of Kennywood. It's every summer you go there with your friends. I went there with you guys. I went there with Nick, your brother Nick. Went there a bunch of times there, and it's just so much fun. Growing up, I feel like it's if you live near the beach. If you live near the beach, you go to the beach 1,000 times. It's going to get old after a while. Same thing sort of goes with Kennywood. But if you're from Pittsburgh, you go to Kennywood. You go to Kennywood all the time, and it's fun. It really, really is fun. If you're out of town, you're looking for a good amusement park, try Kennywood. It's really good.
Yeah, I agree with that. And because I'm going to be a gold member, I didn't even think about that from Howard. I like gold. Oh shit!
Hey, speaking of, remember the liquid gold of the French fries they changed the one year, and Pittsburgh lost their flipping minds.
What?
Oh my god, I do remember that.
Are you talking about Heinz ketchup?
No. Remember whenever the Potato Patch French fries changed their recipe for the cheese sauce?
I don't remember. No.
Andy,
I think I do remember, but you know what? When Chris says the thing about the Heinz ketchup, that makes more sense too. But I do remember that they changed something about the fries. I don't know if it was the recipe, if it was the cheese or what, but I remember that they changed something about it, and everyone lost their mind.
So Kennywood that year, I think it was like 2015 or 16, changed their cheese to like a different type of sauce. And the people of Pittsburgh bullied Kennywood so hard and got petitions going and radio hosts involved and like went ballistic to the point where Kennywood was like, "We're sorry, we changed it back. Can you guys forgive us and come back now?"
Okay, they did this crap with ketchup. So, and when I say they did this crap, I don't mean the negativity towards Kennywood. I mean the negativity towards the Pittsburgh people.
We're
Like-
setting our ways, man.
We are setting our ways.
Like if they want to try different cheese, like try different cheese. Here, you know what? Here's a suggestion right now. There's a rumor that when you go to a PNC Park baseball game, I don't know what team plays there because they never show up. Dutch. See what I did there? There's a rumor that they pour the jalapeno juice in the cheese.
Okay.
Why don't they do that with the potato patch fries?
Because it's not the way things go, Chris.
Why can't we try something new? Why can't
We're
we try
from
something
Pittsburgh.
new?
We don't like change.
Well, why would you want to change something that's been good for 50 years?
Okay.
That'd be like saying, "Hey,
You know what else was
Yingling's
good?
great, but we poured jalapeno juice in it. Hope you're cool with that."
You know what else was great for 50 years? The log jammer. You know what's even better? The steel curtain.
Oh,
I think I went on
that's
that ride
true.
once.
Oh, you want to hear how I went on the ride once? I guess this goes with the Kennywood memory thing. So,
Oh, you know
How
what?
I
I got one too, but you go first. Yeah, sorry.
how I went on that ride for my first time was I was working for the radio station and I was there for Y108 as a promotions assistant. So, to put people in perspective in radio terms, we weren't on the radio. We got paid whatever money to just stand there and basically text. just be by a tent that says Y108 or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
So basically, just like one of the I don't know, public relations or whatever Kennywood person helps me find my parking spot and I unload and everything. And this was during the Kennywood Autumn Fest or whatever. And they were like, as soon as this park opens at noon, you can ride the new steel curtain ride if you want to. And I was like, oh. So I just left the booth as people were just coming in. And I got on the ride, and there was this guy who was in line next to me already waiting to get on the ride as well. And I was just like, hi, how you doing? And he was just like, I'm about to ride this for the 98th time this season.
Oh no!
That's going to be me with my gold pass. So I ride it with him. And because I guess like with the radio station, I at least need to like promote I'm there. So I'm just like, hey, can I get a selfie with you? And just say like, this man has rode this ride this many times. He's like, sure. Like he was So I take a selfie with him and it was going to be his 99th time. And I just put on the social media post like, hey, it's his 100th time. But he got right back in line to ride it again. I'm like, this guy's weird. Well, go ahead, Andy. Talk about your time.
I was gonna say that my memory with the steel curtain is that I have a friend who used to work at Kennywood. We were there for Fright Night, and the steel curtain was open that day. Somehow she talked to like what's the thing, like guest relations or something. I don't know. She used to work at like some specific part of Kennywood. I had a couple friends there. And long story short, it was going to be like a 2-hour wait to get on the steel curtain. And what we did with the help of her friend, we went right up the exit walkway or whatever. And I guess we got some like VIP passes, and we rode it like, we had to wait like 5 minutes. That was awesome, and it was well worth it. It was worth it.
Was she just like, I'm gonna help you get to the front? Let me see your leg. She just snaps it and gives you a wheelchair. Take a VIP pass.
Here, take these crutches. you could pass for handicapped.
As in a broken leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Oh my god. But
yeah, it was
they do have
awesome.
they do have a VIP coasters thing. I'm gonna try and find that actually.
Yeah, but you know what? That sort of thing. You got to do that sort of thing at Cedar Point. You don't have to do that at Kennywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't have to do that at Kennywood. Like you said, JJ, when you rode the Thunderbolt, I mean, that was how many years ago? But at the same time, like you got it doesn't take long to get on the Thunderbolt at all.
What they should do is they should do a fast pass for the Potato Patch French fries.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Right?
No. Okay, so from someone who's been keeping up with like Disney park stuff, they need to update they need to get like a Kennywood app. Here's my opinion: they need a Kennywood app where you can see what the ride times are through your phone.
Oh, it's your point.
Yes, and if you want to buy like a pass or whatever to skip all the lines that day, like the Coaster VIP pass, you don't have to go to guest services. You should be able to just order it on your phone and then do whatever from there. To solve your problem with the Potato Patch fries, here's what Disney does. They have a mobile order thing. So what you would do is you would pick a time slot where you would pick up your food and you'd order it on your phone and you just go over and you just pick it up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Tag Kennywood when you post this episode. They're gonna get they'll sponsor us after all.
Which is why it blows my mind. They're dumping $1 million into the 125th anniversary, which Kennywood does need an update on some things, but they need to dedicate it to a mobile app or something, because everyone's doing it now. Like the big places, but if Kennywood wants to be a big place as well, if they want to be big people,
big boys,
they want to be big people.
They want to be big boys. They should update their digital stuff, like all that, in my opinion.
I agree, man. It's definitely time. Like all amusement parks seem to be heading in that direction. So it's definitely, if Kennywood wants to keep growing, that's a good idea. A great idea.
Yeah, and they're already behind on it. So this would be the great time to be like, all right, here's $1 million toward whatever this technology thing. We hired this guy to whatever figure operations out. I don't know the proper terms, so that's just an opinion.
What a great opinion.
I don't know. How much money are they losing on giving away that free souvenir cup, though?
Did you know? Okay, so there's an amusement park out here called Holiday World. Their catchphrase is free parking, free soft drinks, free fun, something like that.
Wow.
That sounds like a strip club's motto.
No. It's free sunscreen, free parking, free soft drinks.
Wow.
Free Sun King?
No, Sun King is the beer out here, but no, they're not giving out free Sun King.
I would drive there right now if it was free Sun King.
Free beer.
No, it's called a free sunscreen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just my opinion about Kennywood. I mean, hey, my email's open. Don't even hire me to do the actual thing. Just hire me to sit there in a chair and just spit out ideas while smoking a cigar.
Okay. Let me ask this question, and I can give a couple minutes if you guys need it. Favorite ride at Kennywood and why?
Okay, so I think we're going to do a March Madness tournament for Kennywood rides in the future.
That sounds fun. Oh, that actually sounds a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I'm going to try and because obviously Phantom's Revenge is the best ride, and I'm going to try and make everything try and compete to beat Phantom's Revenge. But honestly, Phantom's Revenge, it's a world-renowned coaster. The second dip is better than the first dip. And if you could get that timing where you go on it at night and you go on that second dip and the Thunderbolt coaster goes through at the same time because it goes through the Thunderbolt, that's great. And then
hit the nail on the head.
That ride is so great. I almost blacked out while riding it. But yeah, that's honestly my favorite ride in the park.
Excellent choice,
Mine-
Joseph.
Mine was honestly, I think they took them out now, but it was the swings for a long time.
No, the swings are
No, they're
still there.
still there. They're still there.
Oh, good. The swings and the Exterminator are my favorite, but the swings are number one because I have so many good memories of just riding that ride as a kid and just being like seeing the parking lot and seeing the entire park and just like, I don't know, you didn't get sick on it. You didn't really like, you just let your feet dangle. I used to wear flip flops a lot, so my feet would just dangle in the wind. It was what a way to enjoy a hot summer night, you know?
Smell my feet.
I was tossing pennies, but it was foot odor.
I would always get worried. Everyone always had that thought on the swings of like, this thing could go. Like,
Yeah.
my swing could go. Exterminator, they need to add more lighting in there, and they need to add more characters in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's my opinion on that ride. That ride is also another one that always has a long line. It has an awesome queue area where like it starts outside and then you go inside and it's ridiculously themed. But like then you go on the ride and it's just like a wild mouse ride. And it's like you could do more with this. You could do so much more with this.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I need to be hired to just sit down and smoke a cigar and just throw ideas out. What do you have? Swishers?
I'm going to try these Romeo and Juliet. No,
Too expensive.
I would rather pay $1.
All right, Andy, since you stated the question, go ahead and answer it.
Garfield's Nightmare.
Oh my God.
No. I hate to.
Andy?
What? What'd you say?
How do you mute Andy?
How do you delete someone else's tweet? No, I don't mean to copy, but I'm also going to say the Exterminator just because my favorite part about it is during Fright Night. Like you said, Chris, they do need more lights. Okay, you're right. That's in the summertime. Okay, but in the fall during Fright Night, they turn off all the lights whenever you're on the actual coaster. I think they have maybe one light inside, like around like the boiler part or something like that. But other than that, they turn out all of the lights, so you don't know where you're going, especially in that part when the whole like cart is spinning. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. So Exterminator is definitely going to get my vote.
So I think what they need to do for Fright Night is turn off the lights in the indoor section of the queue and just have Laugh-In Sally just go down everyone's neck.
Oh my god. That's actually an amazing idea. I love that.
But like even like on the Exterminator ride, like the guy that like has the gun in the beginning that just stands there, like have it like shoot air at your face or something, and like and like add
air
more.
would be
Whoa,
appropriate.
whoa! We don't want any Alec Baldwin situations here. Whoa!
Oh, stop it!
Oh.
But like they could do so much with the Exterminator. If anything, they should retheme the whole thing.
I agree.
Yeah, like put in like an IP in there. Like you could put in like you know what IP means? Like intellectual property.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
No.
like a Harry Potter or like a Disney, like a Star Wars. That's like what an IP is.
Oh, like a Peppa Pig.
Or Ray Palpatine.
Okay, you guys just made me come up with the greatest idea.
Peppa Palpatine?
No, Garfield's Nightmare Exterminator Edition.
You know what? That actually works out real well because isn't he like a rat or something?
Yes, he's a rat.
He's a cat.
Okay, same thing.
No. How about this? Garfield's Dream. So you're in the rat coaster.
Garfield's Dream.
And just like you hear this purring down your neck and the thing starts going. And every time you look behind you, there's a giant Garfield chasing you.
Ooh, hey. What is your least favorite rides?
Hey.
Let me think.
Phantom.
Oh God. Emotional damage.
You know what? That's a emotional damage. That's a good question.
Aero 360.
Oh, really?
No, I like that one.
It's not fun.
I
Oh
like that one.
man, you don't.
It's not fun.
You had any ride to choose, and you chose that one.
I
It
do have
hurts.
mine. I do have mine. It's gonna be the Sky Coaster,
Okay,
Okay,
the thing in the middle of the lake.
that's the.
What?
Oh, you're talking about.
Not the roller coaster.
Oh yeah, the roller coaster.
The thing that.
Yeah,
Yeah. What?
roller coaster is called Skyrocket,
That's the
and
Sky
that thing
Rocket.
in the middle,
Yeah.
and that thing, the thing in the middle, is Sky Coaster. Okay,
Right,
I'm on board
yeah.
now.
I don't like that one just because my friends forced me to go on that with them one time. And you know how there are some things like you're scared to do, and then after you do them, you're like, oh my god, that was amazing! Like let's do it again. Let's do it again. That was not one of them. I did not want to do that. I hate heights. Very afraid of heights. When I got off that, I was like, no, that's not for me.
Well, that's good because then you save yourself an extra $60 that you didn't have to spend.
I should rephrase that too. I'm okay with roller coasters and heights, but like falling. That's what I'm trying to say. Falling, like, you know, just falling from a high, spot. It's not fun for me. I don't like it.
All right, JJ, your least favorite.
Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
It's
I
called
like that
Ghostwood
one.
Estate.
Oh, Ghostwood Estate. Yeah, I don't like that
Haunted
one.
Mansion's at Disney.
Oh yeah,
Haunted Mansion is
yeah.
a movie.
Dude,
Okay.
you try to shoot the little thingies and nothing works and nothing's scary and you just ride through and waste your time in line of a queue that never ends. I hate that ride.
There's also another theory I had. I feel like Kennywood is trying to kind of go Disney route because the old mill is kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, and Ghostwood Estates is kind of like the Haunted Mansion except with laser guns and everything. And I get can I switch my one answer because I was gonna say Splash Mountain is like the log jammer, but can I say another worst ride?
Yes.
Pittsburgh Plunge.
What?
I don't like being wet.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of
Chris.
agree with that. I'm not going to say it's my least favorite ride, but like if you want to get soaked, that's the ride to go on.
Who goes to an amusement park and is just like, you know what I can't wait to look forward to? Squishy shoes.
So you hate the Raging Rapids then?
I didn't even know it was still open.
I mean, when it's not the Bayou.
No, not
The Bayou.
Bayou, right now, the Bayou.
You know what? No, I do like. I know this is going to contradict myself because I said I hate being soaked. I do like the Raging Rapids only because you have the waterfall like halfway through, and there is one unlucky son of a bitch in your cart that is going to get that waterfall, and the anxiety on who's going to get it is immense.
Like Davy Jones always says, afraid to get wet.
But are you mad? So I think that's all I got about Kennywood.
That's Kennywood ruined the song "Fix You" by Coldplay for me. That's pretty much my last memory, though.
Why?
We went to my first Fright Night. We were in line for hours for the Fam's Revenge because it had just opened, and we were in line so long. That song "Fix You" by Coldplay played like 18 times in a row while in line, and I was like, if I never hear the song again in my life, I'll be totally happy.
Oh my god! But that's all I got about Kennywood, and yeah, that's our first episode.
This was a good first episode.
This was a very good first episode of Boys in the Berg. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I like talking about things that JJ already talked about in therapy.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I haven't brought that up to anybody. That memory. I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys.
Wait, the cafeteria one?
Yeah.
I'm so happy you shared that because that made me laugh off my ass. It was amazing.
So I do want to remind everyone that you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Boys in the Berg. We will be available on all podcast platforms, not yet, but we will be available on Spotify for the time being. And so I'm just gonna sign us off because of the phrase that JJ says all the time because I really like it. But you know
Yeah.
what? I'm just gonna let you say it, JJ. And so we will say goodnight by saying
And all the boys, always a pleasure, never business.
Amazing. Farewell,
Bye.
boys. Take it easy. Good first episode. Good talking to you.
Yes, indeed.